Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our last match of the EU broadcast coming up for you. We've got NA actually coming up right after this because of the long schedule. I think we're missing the first NA game. Then we'll catch the last three. This will be Merlini's last game with us. He's overdue for a little bit of a lunch break, a little sleepy time. But until then, we've got Cloud9 versus Sigma. Merlini, what is the good word coming into this last game?
Sigma has fallen off a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they did really well in... What was it? In Starladder LAN finals, I think they beat out Na'Vi early on, and after that, it's just everything has been poopy.
Yeah, their big claim to fame. Well, not claim to fame, but they did well at MLG Columbus. That was like kind of the beginning of their high road, and yeah, since the LAN finals of Starladder, they've just been struggling to get their act together. I don't know what it is.
75-25 in favor of Cloud9. I think that's about right. It's not like they're bad players. They also have a stand-in today, which will not help their case, but yeah, they just. I don't know. Not their patch.
Not their patch, indeed.
But that's a cop-out, though.
That's a cop-out. We say that a lot, too. It's not this hero's patch. Whose patch is it?
Whose patch? Empire's patch.
It is Empire's patch. It's been...
It's pretty good for Na'Vi, too, I'd say.
Yeah, Na'Vi have been doing all right. Let's take a gander at the standings here. We looked at it in the last game, and just curious, Cloud9, it's not updated for today's game, so obviously it still says they're 0-0 and 0. That's not quite right. Sigma, where have they been standing? And they only have one game.
The last game they played,
today.
They lost, but they had two stand-ins too, so they've just been plagued with stand-ins a lot. And it was Funzy in mid on that Naga Siren. It was that game.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a disaster. The two stand-ins, they were just all over the place.
It was.
Not
they didn't play like a team at all.
Yeah.
But hopefully they will get their stuff together today because we have one more exciting game in the EU, as Andrew has said. Cloud9 versus Sigma. Cloud9 also took a loss today too.
Yeah, they did.
So they had a weird strategy though, so we'll see if they can run something else.
All right, and I think I have this picking overlay all set up. Do I have it right, Merlini? Oh no! What son of a Sigma? Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, I got it. Still backwards.
Still backwards.
It's one of those things you have a 50-50 shot to get
just
right
top,
or wrong.
Top is left and bottom's right.
Yeah. It's like 50-50, but I feel like I get it wrong like a good 80% of the time.
Why don't they just put it like top and bottom on the overlay? That's silly.
Why don't they just make it say Dire or Radiant? It doesn't get more descriptive than that.
Top and bottom I think is easier for me at least.
It's way easier. It's absolutely...
Anyways, Cloud9, they will actually go for the Ember Spirit first pick. And it looked like Cloud9 played Empire earlier today, and Empire banned out Ember Spirit in the first phase. So it looks like if Ember Spirit is available in the pool, Cloud9 will take that first for Sing Sing in that middle lane. AA was all. These were the two heroes that Empire banned out. So I think that Sigma they probably could have taken a book from Empire's playbook and just ban out these two heroes.
Yeah, the first ban Wisp is interesting. Have Cloud9 been running a lot of Wisp recently?
Apparently, they've been running a lot of Wisp X offlane. They ran Wisp and Storm offlane. It was actually very effective until like, I don't know, 10 minutes into the game, because Wisp gets really underlevel and you can't creep pull, and you cannot creep pull in a dual offlane against a tri-lane.
Right. Well, Sigma will start off with their classic combo, the Bane Mirana. This was their recipe for success at MLG Columbus. Fucking Mad is known for his Bane play, but...
They need to evolve.
It's a little bit too predictable. It's still a really good combo. It's one of those combos that's hard to deal with. You know, you get caught in the Nightmare, it makes for an easy arrow. It can still set up kills, but you're right, you need to evolve, you need to experiment, you need to branch outward. You can't just... Yes. They're hung up on the few patches ago.
It's early phases of Starladder group stage. It's a few months until TI. If you want to experiment, if you want to hone your strategies, if you want to make it through the qualifiers, which Sigma is probably not going to get directly invited, so they're going to have to qualify. You need tricks up your sleeve. You need a wide variety of strategies. You need versatility. And I think Sigma lacks a lot of those, and that's why they are performing poorly in this recent patch. Fada is an amazing solo mid player, and they have a very skilled team. It's just maybe it's a mentality thing. I think most people saw Fluff's blog yesterday, and that was, it might
I was just talking to some people in chat. I didn't see it. I haven't read it. Did you actually read it?
I read it.
Is it what? Give us a slow and skinny here. Give us the abstract.
Fluff is unhappy with his performance as a team, and he really wants to be captain, and he thinks that the other captains have just been sucking at it.
Sounds like something that would do well in a private conversation, not a blog on a website.
I think he just wanted to rant. I don't know, but
Interesting.
anyways, they remind me of Liquid. They had their time where they just dominated. Like they dominated everybody, including Navi and Alliance. It wasn't just dominated like the tier 1.5 teams. They dominated the tier 1 teams too. And after that, they're just like in a slump. They can't find their stride. They can't find a good good set of strategies that work for them. They usually don't even have one really successful strategy as a whole. And meanwhile, Cloud9, they're experimenting a lot, which is what I like. They have the Wisp off lane. They have the Wisp Storm combo, which we don't really see that often. And they're just doing different things. I mean, granted, some of the things are still really important to them, like Potom and Aui's Visage, but at the same time they've evolved. They have Ancient Apparition when Visage is banned out, and they've evolved Ember Spirit when Potom is taken by Sigma. Yep. So they're one of the teams. These are not polar opposites, but still different.
Different strokes.
Different. I forgot the word I was looking for, but
different mentalities.
No, different
mindsets.
Somewhat, yeah, something like that. It wasn't the word that I was like. This is the word I wanted to use, but.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you lost.
English is hard to grasp.
English. I saw somebody in chat say this casting duo is like Bob Marley versus Jackie Chan. It's pretty awful. So, all right, what are we looking at here in picks? Cloud9 will go ahead and third pick themselves a Nyx Assassin, another nice flex pick there. And Sigma will go Naga Starladder. So, a little hard to say if that will be a solo mid Naga or
probably
a support.
I think a solo mid Naga. Starladder safe, but I don't know. Does Fada play Naga? I don't know.
And I also don't know who their stand-in is. The way they're tagged up here, Fada is drafting for Sigma. Bone7 is drafting for Cloud9 right now.
Let me see if Miggle's playing.
Let's see. I know it's Fada, Sachka, and Pos, and then
I don't think it's Miggle.
One of them is tagged up as just 10, and then they have a stand-in W33. So the stand-in is either in place of Miggle or fucking
Miggle's
Mad.
not online.
So okay, so 10 is probably fucking Mad. Is he usually the S in their Sigma characters?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
I assume so because he's their captain, and that would mean he's on top.
He's on the top, yeah.
But
all
who
right.
knows?
Usually if a lot's in here cracking the whip and making sure everybody tags up appropriately. But
they said that for. Oh, they just want to make sure that they're tagged up as a. They have the C9 as
the team profile.
Sigma. Yeah, they don't really care about the names apparently.
Yeah, well, it was different last season. I saw a lot in there barking orders.
We need some. He's too many underlings to keep in line.
Too many games, not enough block.
4 qualifiers.
Yeah, seriously, there's only so much one man can do. I mean, we have a team of quite a few casters, and we're kind of like almost at our max here of how many hours we can put in and still be sane people.
Yeah, it was like 9 hours for me yesterday.
Yeah, we're gonna have K-pop Tosis coming on later, giving the people what they want, a little bit of that Brian.
So Cloud9 will go with the Morphling. They also really like Morphling and Drow, kind of new school carries that in my mind are terrible, but they make it work. So I can't harp on them for it.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows how we feel about Morphling. Obviously, some teams still like to play him. Is Envy's Morphling pretty solid? I mean,
he played it earlier, but it was they would have won with any other hero.
Oh yeah, one of those.
It's
games.
not like, oh my gosh, Morphling just destroyed. It's not. It's nothing like super amazingly, ridiculously. Oh my gosh, Morphling's OP. Like whenever these heroes they get played and they win, they never make me think the hero's OP. Sometimes when I see like Batrider just single-handedly crush a game, I'm like, man, Batrider's OP. But yeah. So Sigma will throw in the Starladder. Starladder's not bad, especially versus a low armor hero like Ember Spirit. If you get a blink on him, he can probably kill Ember Spirit before he can Remnant out. And on top of that, they have Naga Siren for the added damage with the Riptide. So, all in all, not a bad lineup from Sigma in.
Yeah, I did just toggle the settings a little bit. Sorry, I'm still messing with my mic here. I saw somebody saying that we're not quite balanced. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Hopefully they weren't trolling either. I think we're... Merlini, say something. Give me a...
Hello? Testing?
Morphling is number 1.
Reserve time.
Give me
I prefer if I didn't hear that.
Yeah. All right, we'll see how that works. That should be a little bit more even. One of these mics is louder than the other. It is. Whoa! The Tide Hunter!
I think they're going with the 3 sea creature strat. They're missing Slark, though.
Yeah.
I like the Naga Tide. Naga Tide is ownage. Firstly, they have a lot of minus armor. Secondly, they have a lot of good setup, too. You can just You can initiate with a grip. You can initiate with Potom ultimate. You can initiate with Naga Siren ultimate. You can initiate with Tidehunter. You can initiate with Starladder once it gets his blink. So I like this Naga, I like the Sigma strategy. I talked about them being like slow to adapt with a Bane and Mirana, but after that, it's cool.
Yeah. And Rubik will be the last choice for Cloud9. I like it here. A lot of big spells to steal.
Dude, there's a lot of water and ice. Like Naga, Starladder, Titan are sea creatures. Morphling is made of water. Ancient Apparitions made of ice. Ember Spirit's fiery based. Clash of the Elements.
The Clash of the Elements, indeed. Then you just got Nyx Assassin there. You got a bug for good measure, because, you know.
They need some, like, Storm and Earth and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
So, interesting. Which draft are you favoring here, Merlini?
I like Sigma's a little bit more, but I think Cloud9's a much better team. So, excluding skill, I would say Sigma's.
I would agree with that assertion. I always have trouble deciding with the team that's picked a Morphling, but I really like the setup that Sigma has. Like you were pointing out, all of that Keen Initiation, the Naga Sleep, and even Starladder is pretty good for that follow-up with his AoE Slithering Crush, the Star Storm, all that damage they can put out. Starfall, I know that's another one that irks you. But, yeah, I like this Sigma roster. Now, I'm also curious how they're going to lane this. Will this be a Tidehunter mid? No, it will be Naga mid. Okay, Fada grabs the Naga. And this is most likely fucking mad here on the Bane, tagged up as 10. I have no idea who this stand-in is. W33, since we're paused, maybe we can take a peek at his profile here.
I'm peeking at Fada's profile. He's played actually a lot of Naga recently. A lot of Naga, a lot of Storm. He just plays the solo mids all day, every day, dude.
Do you know this? Do you recognize this guy? Weeha? Apparently he streams on Twitch. 6.5K.
I do not. I saw him in a matchmaking game earlier today.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a player that I'm familiar with.
He's Romanian.
Yeah.
Is that a Meepo icon?
It looks like it. Clowny Meepo. Meepo. Meepo.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Last time they used Funzy as well as somebody else that was not this guy.
Yeah. So what's interesting here, though, Sachka on the Tidehunter. Sachka is usually their position 1 player. So is this going to be a farming Tide?
Well, maybe the other guy can't play anything but carry.
That's very possible.
Because he's
as
on
well.
the Starladder.
Yeah, he's on the Starladder. Yeah, I guess he kind of has to be. It could be a support Mirana.
I think it is. It
must be a support.
Yeah,
well,
it must be a support Mirana, all right.
Well, unless Mirana's going to go in the off lane and Tide is support.
Nah,
but
Tide has boots, so he's in the off lane most likely.
All right.
Oh,
so
they're a little bit slow out of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, but we will resume. Let's go ahead and introduce these rosters here. We've got Sigma International on our Radiant side. Their stand-in, W33, instead of Miggle. He will be on the Starladder. Poss will be on the support Mirana, headed to that bottom lane. And I believe this is fucking mad, tagged up as 10 on the Bane Elemental. He will maybe be in the bottom lane, though he is rotating towards mid. Fada will be solo mid on the Radiance Naga Siren. Or Radiant is what I meant to say, though he may very well go for a Radiance. And Paris, a.k.a. Sachka, will be in the off lane on the solo Tidehunter.
And on the opposite side, we have Cloud9, our heavy favorites going into this game. We have Bone 7, probably on the off lane Nyx Assassin. We have Eternal Envy on the Morphling, Sing Sing on the solo mid, Ember Spirit Aoi on the AA, already skilled up Chilling Touch, and Pylai on the Rubik.
And in that last game, I saw some people give me a little bit of flack for, you know, giving too much praise to Dendi's Ember Spirit. And many people were saying, just wait till you see Sing Sing's Ember Spirit. It's really good. You're selling him short. So we're going to get to see it here, Merlini.
Let's see it.
Let's see it. Hopefully Sing Sing will live up to the hype.
It's not a solo mid Ember Spirit. It's an off lane Ember Spirit.
So this will be an Arteezy-style Morphling. Solo mid being played by Eternal Envy. Wow, Cloud9 actually shuffling things up a little bit here. I like this.
Yeah, I like it too.
Bone 7 will be in the safe lane on Nyx.
Shuffle.
Shuffle.
The
question is, where will the supports end up? It looks like Aoi is going to head down to the bottom lane to try and support Sing. Maybe they'll just do an aggro tri-lane.
Oh, there's a smoke already from Bane and Mirana. They're looking for blood.
Oh, no. Bane will go Nightmare level 1. Mirana hasn't skilled anything quite yet.
He's on the low ground. Pylai is in a lot of doo-doo.
He really is. Nightmare. Can he get it off? Oh, fucking mad. Just a little bit too slow, but he will do it. The arrow connects with the creep. Oh, no.
Oh, Fada.
They whiff it to get things started. Now Fada gets telekinesis forward. They won't have the damage to bring
Fada
it down.
shouldn't have taken a Riptide at level 1. with the rotation from these two, he should have skilled up net. When he's right down here, he would have been able to get an easy sleep into an arrow with no creeps there. And that was just a waste of smoke, and it wasted a lot of time, wasted Fada's regen, wasted his skill point, and yeah, that's just not a good start.
A good start for C9, and now also Rubik is in mid, so that will zone out the Naga Sirens.
Oh, they are in deep doo-doo on bottom too.
Yeah, Aoi and Sing Sing not ready for the rotation. We see Bolas come out. Sing will intercept the arrow to try and keep Aoi alive, but it may cost him his life. He's got a sleight of fist to try and mitigate some damage. It's just not enough. First blood comes out for Pass on the Mirana. Aoi looking to finish off the Bane, but he doesn't have the damage. There's the Slitherine Crush. This Ancient Apparition will fall. 2-0. Sloppy plays from C9. They saw that rotation mid. They saw them leaving the mid lane, and they were just way too far forward.
Yep. Yes, they were. Well, it was. I don't even think Sing Sing intentionally took that arrow for them.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I think he just didn't see it coming.
Yeah. It was over the tree line, so he didn't have a huge amount of time to react, but yeah, rather unfortunate here. Let's see up in the top lane. It looks like Sachka as well as Bone 7 are pretty even. 10-0 on the Tide, 8-1 on the Nick. Should be a pretty straightforward lane here up in the top.
Tidehunter destroys melees.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Sing Sing will actually rotate to the top lane here. C9 just calling an audible. Bottom lane not working out, and Ember will make a rotation. And that
They're
means
trying
Nyx.
to. I mean, they try to do something different, but at the same time, Sigma was very quick to identify and exploit the weakness of the C9 lineup. If they just go on the A, what is Ember going to do? Run away, pretty much. That's it. Oh, the chicken? Oh, no. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, Red Hoof. Plebeians. Ugh. Plebeians. Where's the green? Show me some green.
Man. Well, Fada is going to stack this camp here for the third time, and this is that power of
that
Naga
creep camp
mid.
is hard to stack, by the way. Like
He just whiffed it. Yeah.
It's really difficult to stack.
It leashes really quick. You have to pull it at basically the 55 or the 56 instead of the 50.
And sometimes when there's too many creeps, you can't even do it.
Yeah, and Aoi 2000 in the bottom. He will juke the arrow, but he's still in trouble. Slithering Crush does connect, and Posh should be able to box him in. He'll try and pour it out. Aoi
Nice
will
TP.
survive.
Nice TP.
Nice heads-up play.
Yep.
So, and Nyx Assassin, he did rotate through the mid, and now
This is
will
when the
rotate
value
down
point and
bottom.
bash might have gotten them a kill.
Pardon me, and what?
Value point and bash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that RNG. Close your eyes and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's like a 30% chance of like securing a kill.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Well, technically it's a little bit different because of pseudo RNG, but whatever.
Jeez, man. You're really taking it to the next level.
Do you know about pseudo RNG?
Yeah. Like the whole thing about computers can't pull numbers out of hats.
No, not that. It's
No.
if
You
you
mean the Dota pseudo RNG?
yeah, Dota pseudo RNG. Like
Oh.
bash, every time you hit, it's not 10% chance. If you don't bash, the chance keeps going up until you actually get one.
Really?
Over the long run, it actually ends up being 10%. But if you don't bash for some time, you have a much higher chance of bashing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So
Paris, he's in some trouble up top as Aoi rotates in. He's now out of mana.
so much right-click damage.
Yeah.
Wow. Sing Sing like backed
Chilling
off. He's
touch.
scared.
A little bit, but I mean, Paris is completely out of mana. They should be able to secure this kill. Aoi will grab the last hit. C9.
He's still
will
really
get on the
farmed
board.
though. He has Arcane and a Ring of Regen. So he has 22 CS. He's actually next CS number 2.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good time up top. He was doing well against Nyx, and then when they pulled the rotation, he had a lot of time to free farm, where Sing was forced to play very passive because he was pretty underleveled.
There's been a lot of nice rotation from both teams though.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, look, already we see Mad rotating back up to the top lane to try and support Tide and continue to put pressure on Sing Sing. They really don't want this Ember Spirit to get out of
I'm not
control.
exactly sure what they planned on with Sing Sing starting off in the solo offlane. Because what's the best case scenario for the matchup? What, a solo Tide? Solo Tide can still do very well versus solo Ember.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And then if there's a tri lane, he's
well, it
definitely
wasn't
gonna have to
solo
lead.
Ember. Aoi was down there.
Yeah, but like, what's that lane going to do against a Bane Potom? Nothing.
Die.
Yeah, so what's the point? I guess best case they have a solo Tide and then they rotate,
Mhm.
but they still die. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's not ideal.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I mean, it's different, but what does it actually achieve? But now looks like they're falling back into something much more safe for them. Sing Sing in the safe lane where he can actually be babysat by Aoi instead of being in the off lane where he's just out in danger if he wants to go for creeps.
Right. Well, they have been doing by they I mean Sigma doing a good job putting pressure on Sing Sing and not letting this Ember Spirit get farmed, but the opposite is the truth for Eternal Envy. In the mid, Morphling is off to a really good start here. He is the leader in terms of net worth. I believe he's our last hit leader as well. Oh yeah, by a good margin, 33 to the 23 of the Starladder.
Starladder only has 8.
Oh, Sing Sing in trouble. Haas does set it up,
Oh
and now
my
Paris, he'll throw the
goodness.
Ravage. Pylai dies in some trouble as well. He does get the telekinesis off, but they are going to dive this, and that's an easy double
Dude,
kill
I told
coming
you,
out
this
for
hero
Sashka.
is the shit. Tidehunter is ownage.
You're making a good case for it here. That was an easy double kill, and now Sing is in big trouble, and Paris is, well on his way to whatever he's going to grab next. I imagine that Ring of Regen will be a Force Staff?
He might get a pipe.
Oh, okay, pipe.
But, I mean, it might just be a casual ring into a blink into a pipe, too.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. But he's got his Arcanes up, and he is going to grab a headdress. So
Okay, the Arcane Mech. Yeah. I generally prefer pipe versus an AA. But
well, I guess it could still be a pipe. Headdress, he could still be working towards a pipe. It'd be weird to get
that's
headdress
true.
first, but it is possible, just throwing it out there.
This is true.
Yep.
Good point.
Good points, good points. So Fada is also struggling in the mid. If we look at the difference in CS, I think you had just mentioned that before.
Why
about
doesn't
that
he just
gauge.
bottle Crow and Riptide? Like, he is getting obliterated in mid.
12 and 0 versus 40 and 13. Wow. I mean, Rubik has been spending a lot of time in this mid babysitting EE, but still, this is going to be a disaster. I mean, the whole point of Naga Radiance is to get it in a pretty timely manner, and Fada is not close at all. He is on Radiant side, so he has this buffer of neutrals, but it can only do so much. You still need to be able to farm in the lane.
Yes. Yes, you do. And as a solo mid, yeah, I mean, he's out-leveled by Envy, and Envy's in a dual lane.
Yeah, that is a pretty telling of how that lane is going.
Well, Tidehunter still putting pressure on top lane. Sing Sing not really able to come that close to creeps. See, he uses Remnant, unlike that other guy.
Yeah, see, at least he's got that remnant buffer there so he can scoot back. But we see Bane. He's ready to come in. No points in Enfeeble. This is that classic mad build. Heavy damage with the Brain Sap. 1 point in the stats. Get that HP buffer.
Bone 7, Nyx, Vendetta, going top. They do see him, though, with the wards, so this was right before it expired. Man, that Ops ward changed 6 to 7 minutes. Definitely changes things, and they will definitely know he's there. Ravage is not up. No reason for them to fight. They will just chill for probably 20 seconds, and he's going to reveal in just about now.
Yep, that will be a wasted Vendetta. Let's see how Slardar's doing. It looks like they're standing. Has enough to grab
The
the lane.
Blink Rush. Oh my gosh, is it real? Oh
It's
my
real?
gosh, I like this guy already.
Wow.
Oh my god, he didn't go for Tread's Vanguard.
Yeah, the Treads I could have lived with, but no Vanguard. I am happy to see that. The question is, will he actually make plays with it now, or is he just going to sit down bottom and continue
I think
farming?
you can farm like a TP scroll, a magic stick, and Treads, and then he can go. But now he has his Blink, so if he dies, it's whatever. Boom,
Ooh,
Ravage.
Ravage up top. Sing Sing's in big trouble. They use the Nightmare onto onto the Ancient Apparition, and Sing does fall. Now AA in some trouble. Arrow flies. It is actually off the mark, but still they're in good shape. Slardar, he's slithering his way forward, and they grab the kill.
They're looking for more.
No. This is just a disaster for C9. Now Bane, he's looking for the setup.
Oh, he should have gotten away. Oh my goodness. That was a classic rookie mistake from the Bane. You sleep him when the Carapace is on, not grip.
Yep.
But or you cancel the grip. I don't know. It's a pretty small window.
It still took the cooldown. I'm not sure if he canceled it or...
No, he just got Carapaced.
Yeah, right.
That should have been an easy kill for them. But anyways, moving on. Maybe he didn't have mana. No. No, never mind.
Doing some math.
Nightmare takes way less mana.
Yeah,
than
grip is more mana.
I was trying to make a
35.
case for that, but that's just
Really trying to be on Bane's side right
I
there,
am.
but no, it was just a misplay.
yes.
But Eternal Envy, man, he is still the top farmer in this game. About to break 4K on net worth. He did go Handomitis first, so this really is that Arteezy style of Morphling. That works pretty well. And C9, they need
So
somebody
well prepared
farming.
with sentries too. So Bone 7, 2 Vendettas, 2 no kills. So that's really good for Sigma.
Well, now they're going to go in onto Fada. Waveform forward. Rubik with the telekinesis. Fade Bolt. They will get a kill onto Fada. So that is good news
Nice
for Cloud9.
movement from Pylai. Pylai that weren't there, the kill wouldn't have happened. Well, poor Naga Siren. Level 6, 010, forced to go a casual bracer. Where's his bottle been? Has he just been bottle crowing the whole time? But I haven't seen it in his inventory in quite some time.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the courier right now. This is kind of a weird game as, like, both teams are doing well in some parts and terrible on other. I mean, right now,
Yes.
Naga and Ember Spirit.
There's a gank
Yep, they're rotating with smoke here,
Aoi
looking
is
for
a
Aoi.
goner.
This is, yeah, that'll be a dead ancient apparition.
They're pinging him out. They don't stare.
There's the blink arrow, easiest kill they'll find all game, I think. Morana will walk away, 1 kill richer, but yeah, I mean, Naga has next to nothing.
Starladder is owning.
Has next to nothing, but yeah, Starladder is tearing up the farm, but then you've got this Morphling who's also tearing up the gold graph. It's pretty darn even, just about 500 in favor of
I think that's because
Sigma.
Tidehunter's owning.
Yeah, and experience, yeah, just about 500 in Sigma as well. Tidehunter doing very well, but, you know, the supports on C9 aren't doing too bad either. It's just a weird setup. Both sides have a very large disparity between their leading farmers and their bottom farmers.
I like this build coming out from Tide too, especially against a melee. The 2-1-4 is the way to go. 1 value point in Kraken Shell.
All about that Anchor Smash.
Dude, Anchor Smash is ownage. 225 damage, 4-second cooldown.
Yeah, and it's only 60 mana as well.
Man, it's really cheap.
It's all about that value point in Kraken
It's physical
Shell, though.
deeps though. But it also gives you 40% damage reduction, which you cannot underestimate. 40% physical damage reduction is like a mini enfeeble on everyone.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Or just a straight enfeeble on everyone.
Paris will step forward, does get caught inside the bolas. Rubik coming around the backside. He has stolen Riptide, and now he has stolen himself Gush, but doesn't have enough mana to use it.
Uh-oh.
Now they turn it around. Ravage used on Sing Sing. Anchor Smash comes out. Brain Sap to finish him off, and Sing Sing will take another spill up here in the top lane.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Well, I mean, Pilot Day just walked up and he didn't even have to care about Ravaging because it wasn't going to get stolen because it was still on cooldown. So, I mean, it's nice to have a spell, but at the same time, when your carry dies like that because you use your spell still preemptively, I mean, I guess it's kind of Sing's fault too for going out there. But, whatever. Tide zoning.
He certainly is. He will be going for that mech first, like you were talking about.
Bottom
Not
lane.
the pipe. Ooh, Bone 7 uses the Carapace. And W33 will cancel cast. That Slithering Crush makes the smart play. And just goes back to farming. Now has power treads up, picked up that magic stick, and the TP
I like
scroll.
this build. See? It's so good.
It is. It's a good old-fashioned. The Vanguard is just...
Wow, look at Aoi getting gripped at the T2. Oh, and he misses the Searing Bolus. And Sing Sing will kill his teammate as a result. And now he'll just walk away.
Yeah.
Just
That was a long-range grip as well.
kill and scoot, man.
Loot and scoot.
Wow. Well, if he had hit the Searing Chain, though, or if he had just walked up in Searing Chain, I don't think he would have died.
Yeah, it was...
Like, if you're gonna slide a fist into Searing Chain, you better hit it if your teammate's gonna die if you don't.
C9 are just not on point this game. They don't seem to be communicating and just making, all in all, just kind of sloppy plays around the map.
Yeah.
What does Morphling have coming on the Courier?
Big ultimate comes out on Starladder, but he will just scoot away. Slither away.
Well, there are still 3 members of C9. Pylai Dai wants to pursue. Slardar is just too fast, so you won't be able to catch up.
Good game sense from Starladder. I'm pretty impressed by this stand-in. I like his build. I like his game sense. I like his movement. He got his blink and he got a kill immediately after, and then went back to farming some important items too.
Yeah, he's 1-0-3. Slardar couldn't really ask for a better start than that, and basically free farm in the bottom lane.
Well, C9, they're gonna have to rely on Envy Morphling.
Yeah. And his farm is still very impressive, but he's still yet to come online, as we've gone back to
It's
many
a
a time.
Morphling.
This is what happens with Morphling. I mean, he went hand to Midas. Now
Oh, they're going in for the Invis. Oh, they saw him.
Yeah.
He didn't wait for it to fade. But Bone 7, he is scouting out people.
No Ravage available.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And there is a Sentry Ward down here as well for C9. So this will be a failed gank here. Noble effort. They do burn the Moonlight Shadow. That's okay. Bane now has the Arcane Boots up. Naga, how are you doing?
They're smoked around. They're looking for a kill.
Ooh.
Naga Siren does have the Song of the Siren, though.
Radiant's
She
middle
can't get
tower
stun
is
locked.
under attack.
Fada in some trouble. There's the telekinesis. They will take him out before the song. No, 60 hit points to spare. The wand charges are enough to keep him alive. The AA ultimate to finish him off. Well played by Aoi 2000. Curtis Ling securing the kill. Now in comes the Slardar. He'll take some damage, but will dish it out. Pylai Dai eats an arrow to the face. Mad connects with an ultimate here onto Bone 7. And they'll make it a double kill. Coming out for the Tidehunter, played by Sachka. Great turnaround from Sigma. They make it a 2-for-1.
That was well played by Aoi as well as Sigma. And
Sigma as a whole. They didn't even burn the Ravage for that either. Tied very close to level 11.
Well, Naga Siren, she also popped her magic stick right before just so she would live.
Arrow connects onto Sing Sing. Brain Sap. This Ember Spirit's in big trouble. Slithering Crush on the mark. They'll get another kill onto Sing. Now a port coming in. AA ulti will fly. Does a fair bit of damage. Pylai Die gets put inside of a Nightmare. Does get the Fade Bolt off before he falls. Sachka coming around the backside of the tower. Gush, he's tanking it without a care in the world. There's the Ravage. Kill comes out onto Rubik. Eternal Envy taking heavy pressure. He does have a waveform. He will be able to survive for now. Mech popped from Sachka. Bone 7 with the Carapace on, but it'll only keep him alive for so long. The amplified damage making it an easy kill. They've got 3 and they want more. Eternal Envy in big trouble. The net to secure the kill. Make it a 4-0 in the mid lane. AA the only one to survive as he is still farming away in the top, trying to pressure this tower.
Oh man, the free farming Morphling, he gave him so many problems there.
Are fortified.
Now
Wow.
C9, they're in big trouble. It's 15-3 at the 15-minute mark. All of a sudden, this graph jumping in favor of Sigma. Another AA ulti flies in. They will stick around to finish off this tower. Sing Sing does a fair bit of damage, connects with some bolas. Will the Bane shatter? No, not quite.
It's
but a
really
close call.
low percent at level.
Yeah, that's true.
10% is
Pretty low.
You need a lot
Yeah.
there, but that will be the first tower down for the game, and Aoi still farming up a little bit. We'll have his point booster up pretty soon. Envy, he did buy his Lincoln Sphere recipe before he died, so he's trying to be as gold efficient as possible, but at the same time, you don't farm as fast because you buy your recipe first. So,
Right.
I mean, I can see why he did it. I don't know if it's going to pay off in the end. Only time will tell.
Yeah, again, to harp on it, this is the problem with Morphling. He takes at least 2 items to really come online, so even though they gave him free farm, he had
And
a
Midas
very
does not
quick
count as
Midas.
one item.
Yeah, Midas does not count as an item. That it sets you back for this kind of mid-game pressure, and Sigma are just running over them. And at this current rate, Sigma are going to do crippling damage before Morphling ever really comes online, especially if they can continue to pick him off.
I like how Fada has switched gears to just going for the drums. When you're behind, you just go bottle drums, and then you work from there.
And see if you can get the Radiance.
Yeah,
if
you see
not-
how the team fights goes. Like right now, he has all the space in the world to farm, so he can just go for his Radiance right now. But as it stands, he is 0-2-1, so not the most impactful Naga Siren, but still not bad. Okay farm. She's caught up. She's number 4 on CS.
Yeah. Could certainly be a lot worse. The big problem is going to be this Starladder, though. He's had his blink for quite some while, as we mentioned, but now has the Ogre Club working towards his BKB, and that's when things will get really
Big
scary.
A ultimate.
Connects with 4 of them, and that will help repel this push, but I don't think it'll be enough. Cloud9 can't take a fight, and this will be another free tower for Sigma. Now more Blink Daggers coming out. There's one up on Tide, and there will also be one coming out on Nyx Assassin in the hands of Bone 7. So now Cloud9 have a little bit more initiation power. That is actually a big item, but
That's huge.
Yeah, I think Tides is maybe a little bit bigger, though. Blink, Mech, and Arcanes here at the 17-minute mark on Sachka.
That's scary.
Really is. And even Bane, he is 5-0-7 right now. Fucking mad, living up to his reputation with Bane. And speak of the devil, Fiend Script comes out on Pylai Die. Fada comes in. Easy kill coming out for Sigma. Starladder will add another one to the scoreboard.
And then now they have a gem, so Bone 7 is definitely going to have to use his blink in order to initiate, and they won't be able to keep any wards up on the map.
The gem is in the inventory of fucking Mad himself on the Bane. So top tier 1 tower takes some pressure as Envy lays in a couple of right clicks, but he will be repelled. Sigma are doing a really good job making sure their towers don't fall unnecessarily, recognizing that they can force fights right now, and Cloud9 cannot. So they're looking to make any sort of contest that they can, especially when Ravage and Song of the Siren are
Split
off the
push
ground.
and farm is the name of the game. They have very good late game with the Morphling, with the Midas, and Ember Spirit if they can catch up. And they cannot take fights because they will get demolished in fights.
And one thing that Cloud9 are really good at as a team is just choosing when to fight. They're very good at avoiding engages and taking those really good engagements when they're behind. So this is sort of a time when they can start to thrive. AA has been on point with these ultimates. Aoi 2000, the man in charge of that icy hero, does connect with 4 up in the top lane.
They can just mech up if they really wanted to keep pushing, though.
But won't be enough to save that tower. Meanwhile, down bottom,
Oh, the mid.
there will be a port in, and let's head back to the mid lane. The bottom tier 1 tower does fall. Sing Sing grabs the kill, but Pylai Die dies in the mid lane. Tidehunter adds another one. That'll make him now 7-1-4. He is just a machine.
Yep, still spreading Cloud9 very, very thin with these TPs. And yeah, they're getting farmed. They're catching back up decently. They're not like getting obliterated in the ganks though. Like they're only losing 1 hero at a time most of the time. And gold graph has extended to around 7,000 in favor of Sigma. No surprise there.
Yep. Naga now with 2,100 gold in the bank all of a sudden following those hero kills. There will be a stun out onto this Replicate. Envy using that illusion. very well, but Naga will have a Radiance pretty soon at this point. They've made such a big recovery on that hero with the tower gold, and now she has so much room to farm in the Radiant jungle. It shouldn't be too long before Fada can grab that big item. How's Envy looking? He does now have the Perseverance up. We mentioned that recipe he has sitting back at home. Just trying to get enough gold for the ultimate orb. He's still number 1 on the net worth chart, but it's going to be a long ways before he becomes scary.
Tidehunter looking for him.
Envy needs to be a little bit careful here. He does have a TP scroll, and he'll go ahead and use it. I think the right choice. Getting picked off now would be bad news bears for Cloud9. And, ooh, Cloud9 will smoke up in the mid lane. Bone 7, Pylai die. Rotating their way towards the top. They will bump into the Naga Siren. Blink forward, Impale off the mark. Oh, no, Bone 7. Probably would have been a kill, but, well, maybe they could have at least forced out the Song of the Siren.
Smart ward over here.
Oh, no, actually, it's on cooldown. When did she use the ult?
I'm not sure. Oh, she used it in mid to set up for the Tidehunter.
Oh, yeah, when I was looking at bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that actually probably could have been a kill on the Naga, but unfortunate.
She still has 1100 HP. Without the Vendetta hit, I don't know if they have enough damage.
Yeah. Would have been difficult. Yeah, I'm not sure. Close call.
And Starladder almost has his BKB up. That's going to be a lot of trouble. What are they going to do versus a BKB Starladder in their face?
Nothing to deal with that whatsoever.
And on top of that, they have to worry about Ravage. And, oh my, this is I'm really scared for C9.
And there's the Moonlight Shadow up top. Ravage flies. They want this Rubik, and they will get it.
Still not bad. 2 ultimates for 1 death on a support. It could be worse. Like, again, Cloud9 are dying around the map, but it could be worse.
Yeah.
They could be losing Sing Sing instead. They could be losing Morphling instead, but instead, it's just a weak support.
To be fair, Sing Sing's already been picked off quite a few times. He's 0-5-2 at the 21-minute mark, so...
Are you going to stand by your case of Dendi being...
I mean, this isn't the best judge because Sing Sing has like the worst start possible, and like that off lane, like you talked about, what's the best case scenario up against Tidehunter where he still isn't going to do well. So it isn't the solo mid Ember that I was talking about when I was referencing Dendi. I'm sure Sing Sing is a very skilled Ember Spirit player, but it doesn't even really matter. My point is just that he's a high skill cap hero, and Ember is really good in the hands of the right players, but he's just not that...
I'm just going to misinterpret your words so I can flame you.
Yeah, he's not that free win first pick kind of hero like Batrider was a few patches ago, for example.
Yes, Batrider had a lot of room for error.
Yeah,
There's not too much room for error with Ember.
Yes, exactly. So he's still a good hero, but you need somebody that can handle him.
So can C9 farm faster than Sigma can kill them? Or can they actually farm enough so that it actually makes a difference? That's the question. And I don't really think so. Because Naga's getting huge. She has 3,600 gold. She has all the free farm in the world. There's no pressure coming out from C9.
Well, actually, as we say that, yeah, Fada's in trouble. He'll get picked off.
Well, JK.
Now, that slows down
that's really good for C9 because they're keeping down their super late gamer down, although Starladder is still left unchecked. And it looks like they will get a T2 in the process.
Yeah, that's just not enough. Naga's going to be able to grab the relic as soon as she pops up, as that tier 2 mid will get exchanged for the tier 2 bottom, or will it? Sigma can actually make a hold here if they want to. A fort coming from the Dire, AA ulti, but they will still secure the tower. They don't commit to the tier 2 down bottom. Instead, they rotate up top and want to finish off this easy tier 1. And I think they'll get it. A port coming in from the Radiant side. They won't get there in time for the deny, but it is Starladder. Whoa, he does get the deny. Well played by W33, underestimating him a little bit. Sing Sing did juke the Slitherine Crush, compliments of that Sleight of Fist. Very nicely done, but an even better deny from, or a better play with that deny from the Starladder.
W33, man.
I really like this guy.
Me too. He's a player.
I like Miggle, but this guy's pretty awesome. So, Fada, 40 gold short of grabbing his relic now. And he's climbing his way up on that net worth chart. Sing Sing is still number 7 on net worth. We'll hop up to number 6 here as he clears a couple of creeps.
And now he's number 9. I think that's a little bit more telling, too.
Ooh, yeah. Rubik is the really poor one. Jeez. Nothing to his name.
He's the one who's been a sacrificial lamb. Like, hey, I'll die, so you guys can farm.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody has to do that job, especially in this type of game.
Yeah.
Where they can just crush you with ultimates in team fights. Like, somebody has to die. Might as well be Pylai dying.
Moonlight Shadow comes out. Mad will find himself into a ward and does counter it. He's still carrying around that gem. Was looking for an opening perhaps with that Fiend's Grip, but won't find it. Meanwhile, up top, Starladder trying to engage onto Pi. He will get caught inside of a telekinesis, but it doesn't matter. Tide blinks forward. Easy kill coming out. Monster kill now for Sachka. It just keeps getting worse.
He doesn't even need, he's not even going for a refresher. He's going for Shivas. If he has Shiva's refresher, like, I mean, C9's the link for the end game, but it seems like the other game that I cast earlier today versus Empire. Like, what's your plan? Like, you're farming, you're delaying the game, but what actually is going to change the game for you?
I think they're hoping that Morphling will just hit critical mass. I mean, that's the only thing they have going for them in the late game. I don't know. He has
if he gets
Handamitis.
BKB, he gets focused down with grip and ensnare. If he doesn't get BKB, he gets owned by Starladder.
I don't think
with
he's
all the
going to
minus
get a
armor
BKB.
and Tidehunter too. So like, I mean, what does he get? Like EB? EB, who's he going to pick up? He has to deal with the Naga illusions too. Podum's not really in the fights, and she's support anyway, so who really cares?
I mean, I would love to play devil's advocate here, but I can't even pretend that Morphling is going to be able to carry this. Like, I don't know.
Okay,
Like,
so what about Ember Spirit? Like, maybe Ember can get huge, but
he could if he had any farm. But I mean, Singh is working towards a Deso, still not close at all. He's got the Mithril Hammer. I mean, I guess it could be a BKB. I'm hoping it isn't.
I guess they're just waiting for a big mistake from Sigma.
Yeah.
It's probably the best thing that you can bank on at this point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seems a little hopeless for C9.
It really does. You know, if they had like a hard farming Luna or something, I'd be a little bit more confident.
There's a smoke to run away.
That's never a good
W3
sign.
looking for the kill.
And close.
But
They will
Eternal
just
Envy
move
might
into
get a
Rosh.
free tower. Oh, they're just. How is C9 supposed to fight in Roshan?
Yeah, I mean, free tower, I don't know that I'd even use that vernacular. He'll trade the tier 2 tower for a Roshan to go in the way of Sigma. Aoi will throw out the AA ultimate. He does scout it out.
But I mean, Slark will just BKB on any sign of aggression from C9. And unless they have some big play here, maybe like, can you pick up Ember items while your Ember Spirit Sleight of Fist? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That'd be sick.
If you can, I haven't seen someone do that.
I don't
Like
even
hop
know if
into
you can-
Rosh and do it.
I don't even know if you can use items.
I don't know about that. I'm almost positive you can't.
I mean, you
pick
can
up
use items
though.
during Omni Slash.
Yeah.
And you can. I don't know if you can pick up items, but I assume if you can use items, you can pick up items.
I don't know, man. That's a different
We
mechanic.
always have a question every day. Like, I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Well, there's always weird mechanics like that. I really don't think you can pick up items, though. I mean, how would that... Like, you can't pick up items while you're Omni-slashing.
I don't
Can
know.
you?
You can use items.
Yeah, but using and picking up, those are completely different mechanics. One is, like, you have the item and you can just, like, activate it like a spell. The other is, like, actually grabbing a unit off the ground.
Why wouldn't you be able to grab it? It's just like a regular unit. You're just invulnerable. And you're jumping around.
I guess if you were, like, somehow able to do it clutch enough, like, while you're jumping and super close to the item,
That'd
but...
be super awesome.
It would be, yeah, like, that's... Like that kind of stuff that maybe you do it once out of 1,000 tries because it's just so RNG based. I mean, just comboing the bolas on top of Sleight of Fist is hard enough. Like trying to pick up an item on top of that, I don't know. Merlini's mailbag. Test it and let us know, man.
That's a hard one.
See how many tries it takes you to snatch the Aegis.
I don't even know if it's possible.
Yeah, I don't even know how we would go about looking that one up. Pretty sure that's not on the Dota 2 wiki. Oh boy. AA ultimate flies though, as Sigma do start pressuring the tier 3 in the mid lane. And they will be repelled. I will say from Cloud9 that Aoi has been playing very well. He has conceded very few deaths. He is, well, okay, 2-4-0. Not quite as few as I had thought, but much less than Rubik, less than the Ember Spirit. He's just been on point with his ultimates though. It seems like every one of these AA ults hits at least like 2 or 3 heroes, if not 4
He's
or
well
5.
on his way to Scepter too, but at the same time, here comes the T3 push.
Ooh, arrow will be off the mark. And a stun coming from the Nyx. Does Naga have the Radiance? Yes, she does. With
But, I
another
mean, one
1800.
AA ultimate can turn this fight around, so they have to be a little bit careful.
Slardar taking some damage. AA ulti. Will it connect? Slardar. Oh,
Wow.
the blink. The plays. This guy. Oh, my.
He's a player.
Oh, my.
Well, how did he take so much damage, though?
E-Blade.
Oh. Okay, well, E-Blade doing work.
Yep.
But at the same time, like, if they push
EE.
the Slardar, he might as well have spent his Aegis.
Yep. EE with the E-Blade.
That tower is, like, almost untouched, too. I think they just need to farm it up a little bit more and then wait for just Naga illusions to be strong enough to push towers on our own.
Yeah.
They might have to wait until that point, which may be a long time coming, but it's better than wiping and giving C9 the advantage.
Sigma are going to smoke up here. They know Eternal Envy's in the jungle. They're looking for him. Eternal Envy's in some trouble. Can they lock him down? Does he have a replicate out? No, it's on cooldown.
Oh, they think he's down there instead of being up. Oh, wait, pause might scout him out.
Oh, Eternal Envy will turn around. Now he's in trouble. He's going to try and port out. The arrow just barely off the mark. AA ulti procs the Aegis. Well done by Cloud9.
What a player.
Yeah, great juice.
They didn't even use a glyph. So now
Radiant's bottom
Sigma knows
tower
that they're
is under
they're wasting their
attack.
time. They have to split up, push, farm out, get even bigger. And yeah, they've been doing it for some time, but C9 they're hanging in there. The last 10 minutes the gold lead has changed about 2,000. So if they can do that, 200 gold lead a minute for Sigma, then that's pretty darn good.
I love how when we ask these questions we don't know the answer to, because chat is always so polarized. Like the back-to-back comments, like 100%, you can definitely pick it up. Then the next line is, no way you can't. It's just like Storm Zip. You can't pick up items. It's just like
Pick
everyone.
up items in Storm Zip.
All right, see, everyone's.
I think so.
I don't know. I was just reading off of chat. I was not making a declarative statement there. I don't know if you can pick
I'm
things
pretty
up with
sure
Zip.
you can.
Can you? If you just time it like really clutch and click on it right as you,
You can
go
use
over?
items while you zip. You can attack while you
I-
zip.
I think
Why can't
you're-
you pick up items.
I just don't think that that's that logic flows. Like if you can use an item in that state, I don't know if that means necessarily you can pick up
I
an
think
item
if
in
you
that
can't
state.
pick an item, if you can't use an item, you definitely can't pick it up.
That's true, but that doesn't mean the inverse is true.
I think the inverse is true. I'm not positive.
It might be, but based on not really knowing either way, I don't know. That's just not Dota logic, man. You can't just because it works one way doesn't mean it works the other.
Oh, I know.
Dota does what Dota wants.
That's why I said I think it does.
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
But it's just I'm just more making a comment. It's just so funny how everyone's polarized with what everyone 100% you can. It's
We're
just
making you think.
making you think, and making you ask those hard questions, guys.
Because not really too much is going on in this game. It's just C9 trying to delay the game and get huge. Sigma trying to push and end the game when they can, or get huge on Naga. That's about it. So you're not missing anything here. If you're just joining us, it is the last game of SLTV Starladder
Europe. And then NA
Day
is
8 or
day
whatever.
8,
I don't
and
know.
then
It's
NA day 2 is coming up after this. Yeah,
So-
the days are very confusing in this this version of Starladder because every region has its days on a different schedule and all that kind of stuff. So Roshan not up for another 5.5 minutes.
Dezo
here.
up on Ember Spirit, so
that's
that's
something.
pretty good.
See, I think Sigma are being maybe a little bit too aggressive here. Like, they don't want to give Cloud9 any room to make a recovery, but they're so far ahead now. It's 10,000 gold, 10,000 experience, not insurmountable, but they have a Radiance Naga. Just let this Naga sit back, farm up a little bit. She's got 3.3k in the bank, so she's doing a pretty good job, but they can just squeeze Cloud9. They have the map control right now.
The problem is they can't get any kills.
Yeah.
Because Cloud9's split pushing them, and they aren't able to kill the split pushers.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That is a little bit difficult, but they're still getting much more farm around the map. And they do have a small Ancient stack here that they could take out as well. But I don't think they need to rush it. I think they still have a small window here where they can let Naga's Radiance really kick in, let her get up that Manta,
Yeah.
or whatever she's going for here.
They
or
need to farm
Diffusal.
both jungles, though. That's
Yeah.
for certain.
And Starladder, I mean, he's going to be working towards an Assault Karas, and he's not too far off. He has Plate Mail, another 2,600 is sitting in the bank. So if
I think
they
he
wanna
needs a
wait for
heart.
that.
I don't think he needs AC. He doesn't need damage. He needs to survive. If you saw him last push, he couldn't attack the tower because he got EB'd. If he gets EB'd and he just hearts it back up and he's not in danger of dying, and neither is he in danger of dying to shatter, then he can just go back in after like 20 seconds. So if they want to push the base, is a much better choice for him to get heart over AC.
Yeah.
But if he wants to kill people, AC is better.
Yeah. So either way, Sigma have a pretty big buffer right now. They can even wait till the next roast. Just continue with map control. They still have the gem on Bane. Yes, they certainly do. So they have map control. They can just wait out the next roast, get the Aegis, get those core items up, and then that will make this a lot easier. Aoi 2000 could be in some trouble down here. He is hiding in the trees. Obviously, they don't know that he's here. He did kind of poke his head out a little bit. He will throw the ultimate, and they should be a little bit curious as to where he's shooting that from, but he'll pour it out straight away.
Oh, Aoi.
Yeah.
Aoi and Eternal Envy are just constant thorns in Sigma's side right now.
Mhm.
And I don't know if they can close this out. It's getting to that point where maybe Cloud9 can do it.
Small chance, but a chance nonetheless. Looking at the net worth chart,
That's
not that small. Okay,
It's
maybe
like
I'm selling him short.
10 to 15%.
Eternal Envy is still farming really well. I mean, he's 17k on the net worth chart. Tide is the next highest at 13. So he's still about 4,000 gold up. He's got another 3k in the bank. And we'll see where he wants to go from here. It looks like Naga will go Heart as her next core item after the Radiance. She already has the Reaver in tow.
Generally, I like Manta more because it helps you farm faster. Heart is nice, but only if you absolutely need it. Like, she doesn't need it to survive. She doesn't need it to farm.
I think of Heart is more of like kind of a 5th, 6th slot item on Naga, whereas Diffusal and Manta are a little bit more core after the Radiance.
I think Radiance Manta is like almost always better than Radiance Heart, but it doesn't have to be 4th or 5th. It can be 3rd, I'd say. If you consider drums and item, then it would be 4th. But yeah, Heart is definitely not a second item after Radiance.
Yeah.
Unless you're about to lose a game. If you're about to lose the game and you have 5,300 gold, then or
Sure.
5,500 gold, then do it.
Sure, get yourself a Heart. Treat yourself. Morphling pressuring these lanes still. He does have a replicate out, and yep, see ya. Wow. Eternal Envy is playing a mean Morphling here. I have to give him some credit. He's been doing a really good job utilizing his ultimate, pressuring as many lanes at once, avoiding death. He's only 1-1-1 right now, so he's really done a good job finding farm and not getting picked off despite Sigma being ahead.
I think Naga actually should have gotten BOTs. That's actually typically the second item after Radiance.
Yes, actually still on brown boots.
Yeah. Don't need the heart, man. It's not like our illusions are dying. That's why you need it. But, she needs to farm up. She needs to power farm so she can actually surpass this Morphling. But that's not going to happen for some time, but heart's definitely not the item to get if you want to suppress the Morphling.
Yeah. AC is now up on the Starladder. He's also level 16. Roche popping up in just about a minute and a half or so here. Yep, there it is, a minute 30. Finally understand how to read that sundial.
I don't think C9 can contest this, unless there's a big AA ultimate. But AA should have Scepter very soon. Just 450 gold, rather.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty big, because Sigma, they have a problem breaking the base pre-Scepter. So post-Scepter, I mean, even with the ages, it's still going to be insanely difficult.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit trouble here gauging what C9's chances actually are, because they're starting to get scary items up as well, but Tide's had his Shivas.
It's really on Sigma to make a mistake. Like, Fada, I think, already made a mistake going the Reaver. Like, if he went Manta or bots or both and then just power farmed, he could close his net worth gap and be even with the Morphling, and then they can start sieging towers with illusions, which don't really get owned by Ice Blast.
Right, and that's one of the nice things about having the Manta. You get the extra illusion, so you can farm more places with Radiance, and you can split push that much easier.
And you're faster too.
Yes, that's the other big thing.
A lot of the time you're spending farming at this point in the game is just running around simply.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Tidehunter has his Shivas. He's had it for a while. He's got another 3,000 in the bank. I have to imagine Refresher is next on the list.
I say Refresher than Pipe.
Yeah.
The best bet.
I mean, what's scarier here? Ag Scepter on Ancient Apparition or a Refresher on Tide? You know, I mean, yeah, Cloud9 are getting their core items up, but Sigma are getting scary items as well. Refresher Ravage is
If Morphling
dirty.
has a BKB, then AA is old scary. If he doesn't get a BKB, Double Ravage will just wipe their team.
Do you think Morphling needs a BKB next? He has about 4.5k.
I think so, because if they Double Ravage, who's going to survive? No one, except for Morphling.
That's true. Yeah, they have no BKBs.
They have no BKBs. Like, maybe he can Carapace 1, maybe Ember Spirit may be able to Sleight of Fist dodge 1, but not 2.
Yeah.
And maybe Rubik can be able to steal 1, but he's still probably going to get hit by the follow-up one.
Yeah. Even if Rubik steals the first one, I think he'll probably die.
Yeah.
Like before, maybe he can get it off, but yeah, the second Ravage, it's just so much damage, so much CC chain, because not only is that itself a lot of damage, but that's a lot of CC time when you've got Starladder just beating on you, the Radiance taking you down as well.
But you have to consider
So
other
much
factors
damage.
too. Like, they might set up with a Naga Sirency and miss the Ravage afterwards. There's still some small chance of Sigma lacking on execution. So
That's very true.
it's not only on C9 playing well, it's also on can Sigma actually execute what they're supposed to do.
Right. Bane actually did pick up a Blink Dagger now as well, so Sigma have even more initiation power. 3 Blinks on their side, 2 on the side of Cloud9. Rubik has one, and Nyx has had his for quite some while. How's old Sing Sing doing there? About 1,600 gold in the bank following the Desolator. So Ember Spirit is starting to come online. He'll be able to grab a Crystallis before too long. So Ember Spirit will at least be able to sit back and do some damage when these big team fights start to break out. And Heart is also complete on Naga Siren now.
See, Naga's also not splitting up her images. She just let all 3 of them die to Morphling. Granted, Morphling's almost dead, but at the same time, he already has his Replicate up. She needs to be farming these camps and the opponent's jungle too. They're only farming the lanes right now, which is okay since they're pushing a T2, but still, Naga's net worth is about 5,000 difference between Morphling, and to cut that down with the Midas, she needs more farming items.
Yeah.
And she needs to actually use her illusions better.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest mistakes we see Nagas do, is just not spreading the illusions. You need them for the Radiance buff. They can solo farm things at this point. And putting them all together is just a waste of the aura.
She splits them up sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah, and here he'll do it. He'll push the lane with 2, and he's going to move 1 here into the hard camp and the easy camp as well. He does actually... Oh, no, he misses the stack on the hard camp.
Yeah, so where's this camp? Where's this camp? Where's this camp? He's just like cutting off the creep wave. I guess. And these 2 illusions are just sitting there, so you can tell Fada is not a super experienced Naga player.
Yep. Well, Roche is now respawned, and Sigma will move into the pit.
There's a Ember Spirit there.
Oh yeah, there's the Fire Remnant. Aoi does have his Ag Scepter complete, and I reckon he'll be wanting to throw an ultimate in here. Rubik with the Fade Bolt. They just can't contest it though. Roche falling so quickly. Moonlight Shadow comes out. not even an AA ulti. It is stuck on cooldown. Very unfortunate for Cloud9. That is an uncontested Roche. Aegis goes the way of Starladder once again. And Cloud9 with no options but to retreat into the base.
Okay, Morphling has BKB. I think this is a smart choice for Morphling because if they lose a big fight right now, they'll probably lose the game. So he needs an item, and this is the perfect item versus a Tidehunter.
Definitely agree with you there, my friend.
But last time I saw him, he played Storm Spirit. He zipped in. He died without using his BKB. So I mean,
have faith, my friend.
You have to use your items.
Yeah, definitely have to use your items. That is a fair statement. AA ulti comes in, does connect with 3.
Zip up and you just go in. You're like, sweet, AA ultimate is down for 30 seconds. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But nope. They
No
have no
pipe.
such luck. And it also prevents a lot of the EB burst.
Yeah. Tide, though, still has about 4,000 in the bank. Looking at buyback gold, pretty much everyone has it on the Radiant side. Actually, everyone has it on the Radiant side. Morphling will just drop the Bane. Holy Toledo.
Yeah, how much damage do they do right now?
I barely even caught that. That was fast.
Yeah.
That was just straight juiced.
Now they've left. They know the push is over.
This is one thing that Ancient Apparition does very well, is turtle up in the base. He is so hard to push into, especially now with level 2 ultimate and Ags. It's just not easy. I think Pipe is going to be a requirement now for Sigma.
Yeah, I don't know why you got Shivas. You don't need armor versus EB Morphling.
Yeah. And he just hasn't really been able to use it. I mean, maybe he just wanted more AoE damage for the follow-up after Ravage to secure the kills.
Starladder also dies for some... how did he die? Oh, I guess it nicks into a...
Oh my gosh, I didn't even see it.
I saw the timer on his
Yeah.
on his thing.
That was a completely Did he shatter? No. What?
I think he shattered. I always ult is on cooldown. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a Nyx ult into Ember burst into AA ultimate, which was enough to kill you if you don't have your BKB up, or if they coordinated properly.
That's just a completely wasted Aegis, though. That's really unfortunate.
They wasted the first one too.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
all
starting
in
to
all,
feel like Cloud, they're holding in there, man.
the gold lead is still 14,000, and they have to contest with a farmed Tidehunter, a farmed Starladder, and a farmed Naga. It's not just a farmed Morphling that has to compete with just a one-on-one situation. So it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud9 are, I almost said Cloud7. Cloud9 are hanging in there. There is now crit up on the Ember Spirit. Sing Sing also getting close to level 16, so he's made an okay recovery.
Yeah, but I mean, he still hasn't, like, come team fight, Ravage, boom, dead.
Yeah.
Like, so he has to really watch his positioning. Tidehunter also is very close to his Refresher Orb, just needs one more Ring of Health or Void Stone.
Yeah, I think if Sing Sing can stay far enough back to not get hit by the Ravages and then come in and play kind of cleanup mode with the Sleight of Fist and Bolas, that might be Cloud9's way to do it, but they need a good spread. They cannot get caught in a 5-man Ravage.
Naga Siren has picked up the BOTs. Good job, Fada. Get that farm on. So gold difference is still 5,000 between those two. It's 4,500, so he's closing the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
Bone 7.
Slowly but surely. He'll get picked off up in the top lane, catch the very tail end of it, and now Sigma will press forward. AA ultimate down for another 20 seconds here. This could be the window that they've been waiting for.
If only they had the Aegis.
Yep. Tide, he's in the base, and he will just move down to the low ground. They don't want to overcommit here. They will just slow siege with the Naga illusions. That's it. They don't want to press their luck.
Yeah. I think they can, like, Song of Siren and go in, especially while Nyx is down. But I guess they don't want to risk giving more of like an ultra kill.
Yeah, I mean, BKB is up on Mirana, and maybe they're just waiting for the refresher on Tide, thinking, you know what, it's not worth it to press our luck right now. We'll have another opportunity. Get your refresher, and then we can
C9 going for a smoke. This is pretty smart.
Ooh.
They won't expect a gank with the Nyx down.
Mm-hmm.
Naga Siren has 2 gems for some reason.
And you can just tell kind of the respect from Sigma coming out. They know that they can't just shove into the base. Like you said, if they feed like an ultra kill to Morphling right now.
All it takes is like one lucky crit from Sing Sing and an AA ultimate, and someone's gonna die. And that's not really 2 big cooldowns that you need in team, but that's like executing the EB, executing the Nyx burst, executing Morph right click. So
Pass in some trouble. He will get clipped by the AA ultimate and just obliterated. Morphling. Oh, E-Blade, easy kills. He didn't even get a chance to BKB.
gold lead 15,000 in favor of Sigma. So yeah, they're getting kills around that. Yeah, they're delaying the pushes, but still the gold discrepancy is getting fairly large.
Yeah, 42 minutes in though, 20-6. Cloud9 have a chance. Morphling with about 5,000 gold. We'll see where he goes next. So what do you do here? He's got the BKB, hasn't even had to use it
Scotty,
yet.
I think.
Just straight
Scotty
Scotty.
or Butterfly, either
Tank
or.
up and...
One of those two is, I mean, they both give you a lot of damage with the EB. Morphling has a lot of physical damage from our ability with Butterfly. He has a lot of physical and magical with Scotty, so either or. If he thinks he's going to get caught by Ravage, then he should get Scotty. If he thinks Starladder is going to jump him to get Butterfly. It's really difficult to tell how the next team fight's going to go, though.
Starladder with Invisibility Rune on. They're looking for Eternal Envy.
They found him.
And will they be able to secure this kill, though, is the question. Nope, he'll replicate with plenty of time to spare, and he'll hop back to safety. Now, Aoi 2000, he's in kind of an awkward position here. He's stuck in the trees in the Radiant jungle. He does have a TP scroll. And they
He's
don't...
so patient.
Yeah, they don't have means of scouting him too easily, but still kind of playing with fire right here. Needs to be careful. There's the refresher up on Tide.
But no buyback on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah, important to note. No buyback on Starladder either. What has he picked up? Oh, the Halberd. Yeah.
I still think a heart's better.
Oh, Sing Sing connects with the bolas, and he does scoot back to safety. There you go, using those fire remnants. So Heaven's Halberd, not a bad choice here. Will be another tool to try and deal with this Morphling. Something else to potentially pop that Lincoln's as well. Certainly not the ideal ability, but more single target.
Shadows take us.
Moonlight Shadow comes out. They're looking for Bone 7. And they will cut him off. I think they're going to find him here. Pause to get things started. Or pardon me, Mad to get things started. But ooh, he'll blink before the Fiend's Grip. Arrow off the mark. They do get off an amplified damage, but a whiffed gank from Sigma. Well played by Bone 7.
Yep, well played indeed.
Definitely a close call, though.
Aoi's still sitting down there. He wants a big A ultimate, so pretty smart position for him. He's literally been sitting there for 2 minutes, but the difference in between a good fight and a bad fight is big A ultimate.
And he will throw one here. Try and harass them back. Will be just a little bit too far forward, but it's going to be a huge range. Yeah, but fortunately doesn't connect. Sigma will not push. Nothing but long games today for this EU group stage, Merlini.
I know, they're very draining.
Very draining. We should have 3 games coming up after this. 3 of the North American matches. I believe North America has already started. Game 1 should be underway as we speak right now. It is the Liquid matchup. So we are missing that to bring you guys. Sigma versus Cloud9.
Rubik has stolen Slither and Crush.
Not bad, not bad. Pylai Dai still hasn't been able to get any of the big abilities, though. Fiend's Grip, Ravage, Moonlight Shadow, Song of the Siren. One of those big ultimates still have not been a reality here. EE will bump into Starladder in the jungle, forces out the BKB after doing some nice burst damage, and will walk back to the base. So I guess a small victory for Cloud9 right there. That was the 9-second BKB for Starladder. Nothing too crazy, but at this point, every little bit counts. BOT's up on Morphling, also hanging on to those power treads for good measure. Looks a little bit goofy, but hey, stats are stats, right? Attack speed as well.
Stats are stats.
Stats are stats. That's the quote of the day. Oh, man. This is just a static farm fest. I don't know what else to say here, Merlini. We've analyzed the hell out of this thing.
Well, Cloud9 chances are slightly going up as time regresses, I think.
Think so? I mean, the graph's still pressing in
Slight-
favor of Naga.
Slightly, just because Ember scales really well
Or
with
Sigma,
items.
rather. Yeah.
Compared to like a Tide, but we still haven't seen the power of the Refresher Tide. So, I mean, it's all about like the ganks, the team fights, the execution, the Roshan, and all these things are very difficult to predict coming in.
Yeah. And, I mean, Naga is closing the gaps now just about 4,000, a little bit less between her and the Morphling. So that farm is really kicking in. Does now have a Manta style to go with the Heart of Tarrasque. So working on those core items.
She needs Butterfly. Butterfly makes it really difficult for them to kill it while you siege a tower.
Yeah, it makes the illusions so tanky.
But that's still going to be like another 5 minutes. At least.
Yeah, only 1,400 in the bank on her. And this is that point where both teams need to start saving for buyback. That's going to be really crucial in these team fights. Morphling will go Manta style as his next item, not the Butterfly, looking for more illusions. And a little bit of movement speed as well.
The thing I don't like about Manta style here is it gets destroyed by Ravage. And yeah, he's been able to split push effectively without it, so I don't think he needs it for split pushing, although Manta will make a split push even stronger. Looks like they might actually run into him here.
Uh-oh, Eternal Envy, waveform forward. And he does hop back to that replicate. He's been doing a great job. Still avoiding death. And now he presses forward. He finds the Tide.
Tide gets, or he gets arrowed.
Oh no, Eternal Envy's in some trouble now. Lincoln's gets popped. He will go ahead and use the Manta. And he will back up
I think
to
he
safety.
double ravages and pops him right there.
Yeah, as Moonlight Shadow comes out.
When's
Tide.
the last time we saw a ravage? Like
Yeah.
15 minutes ago?
Sachka really hesitating there.
Yeah, I guess they didn't have no damage, but like double ravage to a grip. I guess if his team were behind him, they would be in deep poo-poo.
Oh no, up top, Pylai Die, he's in no man's land right now. Ancient Apparition nearby as well. He's going to scout it out. They know this gank is coming. They are so far out of the base. Curtis, I think you are dead, my friend. Rubik does not have a TP scroll either. That's a kill on the Ancient Apparition. Pylai Die, he's trying to hide in the trees, but they will find him.
Hello, Pylai Die.
Wow.
But they will get Roshan in the process, too. It is all for bait.
Space created. Will they be able to do it fast enough, though?
Sing.
Sing, he might die to Roche. Oh,
Oh,
no, they just
buddy.
don't have the minus armor. This is third Roche. Cheese is obviously a reality here. This is a crafty play from Cloud9. Sing Sing will port back. Wow, what a play. They're going to get this. Sigma can't contest.
Smart.
Cheese, somebody grab it. There you go.
So what looked like intentional feed, again, they get objectives out of these deaths.
Third Roche, always the most valuable. Glyph is available. They will be forced to burn it right away. Rubik buys back. Ancient Apparition will be up in just a couple of seconds. Now we'll see this fight commence. This is the hold that Cloud9 have to make. We're going to look at buybacks here. A lot of them available. There's the first Ravage. Refresher coming out. They'll get a kill on Ember Spirit. That'll be a buyback from Sing Sing. They're diving into
Ravage's
the tier
been
4.
stolen by Rubik.
Oh, the second Ravage doesn't really do a hell of a lot. They will proc the Aegis,
They
though.
have to get out now. They're going to get obliterated by their next Ravage, I think.
This could be so bad for Sigma. Both of them have been burned by Tide. He's going to fall. Fada's in trouble. Rubik comes in. That secures the kill on the Naga Siren. Now they'll press out of the base. Cloud9 will hold. They'll grab 2 kills in the fray, but it's not over yet, Merlini. Both Naga as well as Tide Hunter have their buybacks available. Cloud9 can push. Maybe they can force out the buybacks, but this game is still far from ending. WW3 on the aggressive here. Bane got picked off by the Morphling, and I thought this was going to turn into the next engage. There we go. They will get a kill onto Starladder, so Cloud9 will clean this up. Nowhere for the Starladder to go. Marana, the only one left alive. Ultra kill coming out for Morphling. Sigma's worst nightmares are becoming a reality.
2 clutch things happened.
That's a
in that
Divine
fight.
Rapier.
Wow. Bone 7, he got the Carapace off on the Ravage. That allowed them to stun Tide during the Ravage and allowed Rubik to steal it so that they could counter with the Ravage afterwards. Secondly, Naga Siren didn't use Song on his Siren. So Fada continuing to not unimpressed on this Naga Siren.
Yep.
He could have just slept there after the double Ravage didn't get any kills, like right after Aegis, and then just bounced.
He didn't
But
even use his sleep.
He didn't use it at all. Yeah,
Oh.
he needed to use it.
That's awful. They will be coming up pretty quickly. Now, Cloud9 have to be careful not to overcommit. The glyph has already been used. There is a Rapier up on Eternal Envy. They are cutting through these structures like butter to a warm knife, but they can't overcommit. They will grab this mid lane of Rax. They did lose their tier 3 tower up top. BKB up, hops forward onto the Slardar, and now he will make the retreat.
He doesn't have enough mana for Replica.
Still have the ultimate.
Oh,
Oh,
He almost.
woo-hoo.
That was close.
That was way too close for comfort. Now C9 on the back foot. They want to make the retreat. Slardar blinks forward.
They don't have a gem anymore, though.
And
Can't find Bone 7. They can find Sing Sing, though. He doesn't have TP up for 6 seconds.
Oh, there's the Fiend's Grip. Yeah, Sing will fall. He'll be stuck without buyback, but that's okay. He's not the most.
They already got a
important of
Rex. That's
heroes.
what's important here.
Yeah, the damage was done. And also, Veil of Discord now up on Aoi 2000.
We actually almost see the refresher up on Tidehunter, so I think they might just push. Ember Spirit is down. He doesn't have buyback. Aegis is expire on the Morphling, so if they get the Rapier right here, it could be game over too.
Yep. Nice ultimate again for the
Pauses
Ancient
at like half
Apparition.
HP. EB, shotgun combo, he's dead.
Yep. Positive earn charge on the Slardar as
Can
well.
they do it here? This is it.
This is one hell of a game. Almost pretty much the Hail Mary from Sigma. They did burn a
This is
couple
not
of
a Hail
buybacks.
Mary. This is their best chance.
This is it, their best chance to win. Oh, a huge impale coming out from Bone 7 to start this off. BKB, popped by Slardar. It will be enough to keep him alive. But what's coming up next? Bone 7 in big trouble. The ensnare will keep him in place. Instant buyback coming. Paris has double Ravage ready. That refresher is off cooldown. And all they need to do is find the initiation. AA Ultimate will connect with 3 once again. And they will be forced to retreat.
He needs heart. I still don't understand why he got AC. He's like so close to dying before he pops his BKB because he doesn't have a nice HP buffer. He definitely needs hard after that. Looks like he will take the regen afterwards. Maybe they can turn it around with this, though. But they still have another 4 minutes until Roshan respawns. And Morphling... Actually, he doesn't have any room for the Aegis of the Immortal.
Yeah.
But he's huge.
I don't know what he's going to drop if the Aegis comes down. I guess his Manta. All of his items are worth holding at this point. Lincoln's maybe? I don't know. That's a hard call.
Maybe he just keeps the YOLO Rapier.
The YOLO Rapier.
Well, I mean, technically he could just drop the Rapier. Oh, no, you can't drop the Rapier.
Yeah, you can't do
Okay,
that.
well, I was about to
Silly
say-
Merlini?
You can take the Aegis instead. Well, this T3 tower will fall to the Naga illusions, so not the worst thing in the world, and it's still anyone's game for the taking. Naga Siren does have buyback, but one big rampage by Morphling can end this game, and it's very likely that he might clean up with the rampage.
This is really a tense game at this point.
It's finally starting to spice up. All are waiting for this
It is worth it.
culminating.
And Eternal Envy, he is in the danger zone. He is far
They know
forward.
his smoke popped. Sock just smoke popped. They should know. Oh, well, they don't.
Well, they may be suspicious, but still, there's a lot of
Wow,
places
if they
he can
killed him
hide.
right there, though, oh my gosh,
that would have been
would've-
game.
Well, actually, he had a replicate illusion out.
Yeah. Still, if they had killed him there, though, that would have been rough.
Yeah, they need a sheep, I think, for him.
Yeah, let's take a look at items here. Yeah, no Scythe of Ice out in this game whatsoever. And have we seen any other item progression on the Radiant
They
side?
need a pipe. Saksha still doesn't have one.
And looks like he is working towards it, though. Does have that cloak in the inventory.
Yeah, he's saving for buyback, though. Buyback's more important than pipe.
Yep. And Mirana does now have a Demon Edge. Song of the Siren comes out. And just
It's
trying to
only
save
60
this
second
tower.
cooldown. He needs to use it more often. Just like if you suspect it around, if for smoke pops, you just song, look for them, kill them. But well, things
Back to Stalemate. Maybe the next Roche that this comes down to. He won't be up for quite a while. Still haven't gotten into the RNG part. But at least a good 4 minutes or so until Roshan.
Naga is almost can just buy a straight up butterfly. She needs it badly.
Yeah, wow, 8,000 gold on the Naga Siren.
The gold discrepancy in between Morphling and Naga is continuously getting less and less and less. It's only down to what, 3,000 now? 3,300. So it's slowly but surely closing. And Morphling, he's pretty much 6-slotted right now. So
Yeah.
and we can keep farming, but to what ends?
I mean, best case now he could buy a new BKB, but he still has 8 seconds on this one. It's
He
gonna be
needs
a
a
while before
lot
he
of
needs
gold to
another
buy a
one.
new BKB. He needs
Yeah.
like 6,000, I think.
Yeah, to have
if
that
he wants
buffer for buyback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
EE is just doing a really good job with these illusions, though,
Radiant's
trying to
bottom
slow
tower
siege the
is
base.
under
The
attack.
nice thing about these illusions, they just do a lot of damage. Look at how, like, that was a pretty low risk, just a little bit of chip on the tower, but slowly but surely.
They're gonna have to get a lot of those if they want to get a second Rex.
Yeah.
But I think next Roshan is gonna be pretty important. I think they can just dump both on Sing Sing at this point.
Let's see.
Sheep is coming out in Nyx Assassin. See, he's gearing up for the late game. Bone 7 knows what's up.
Yeah. Sing Sing is still just so poorly. He's actually pretty close to the sheep as well. Sing, level 17, but no item progression. He had Desolator Chrysalis, like, what, 20 minutes ago?
He bought back and died.
Yeah. So that's really harboring his progression. Working towards a Daedalus, I think, pretty safe to assume. And we'll be able to grab it before too long. MKB is now up on Mirana. So that is one good thing for Sigma. They've had this support Mirana, who's now basically transitioning into a carry with
I'd rather have a sheep.
Maelstrom
honest.
and an MKB. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Having the control to lock down Envy is more important than the damage at this point.
Yes. Or even like a Shadow Blade sheep. If they could find him with a Shadow Blade, that would be so important. Just because they're forced to burn smokes and they can't even find him with smokes. Because they're too obvious about it. But regardless.
Slardar, he could be pulling up for a heart as well. Just about 4,000
He needs
sitting in
buyback too,
savings.
though. So he's going to need like
way.
7,000 gold. Yeah, it's going to be a long time.
Naga did grab her butterfly, though.
At last.
At long
So she's almost 6-slotted too. She can go. I don't even know what I get. Scotty, I think over
Sell the
drums.
drums, yeah.
A lot of people get diffused. I think Scotty's better though at this point in the game.
Yeah, I agree. Diffusal is more of an earlier like mana burn item. It's still not bad, but at this point, since you're so close to 6 slot, it'd be replacing the
It's
Diffusal
nice
next anyway.
diffusing the Ghost Scepter off the Morphling, but
Yeah.
if you do, Morphling can attack you, and he owns. He does so much damage. It might even be better not to purge it off,
Yeah.
considering
So
that.
a reasonably quick Roche spawn here. It will be just about 2 minutes before he comes back up. Tide
Morphling's
Hunter,
in full agi mode.
We'll pass by and check it out. Make sure it didn't spawn super quickly. And another 6k gold for the Morphling.
There's no item. There's no other item really he can use.
Yeah.
I don't actually like the art that much on Morphling. It's okay. I generally prefer Scotty. It's safer. You do more damage with ED.
Do you think selling the Lincolns and turning it into a Scotty could be a way to
I
go?
don't think selling the Lynx is a good idea. Because then he can get disabled during his BKB with grip. I don't think it's worth it. I think you would sell your... I don't know, man.
If you were
I
gonna
think you'd sell your
something-
EB. I don't know. EB's so good on him, though.
Yeah.
It's tough. Maybe sell your boots.
That's the final decision. Just sell the boots. Uh-oh. Engage happening here. Arrow does connect onto Pylai Die. Impale on the mark. Telekinesis. Pylai Die. Ooh, he will force that forward and blinks to the high ground. He does survive, but another close call.
Still in a very intense game going on here. 20,000
really
gold
is.
lead in favor of Sigma, but when the Deride Rapier's on the board, it's not really that much of a difference. And now, what's Naga going to pick up? She has 5,000 gold. She's still probably going to save it for a little bit. But Morphly, he has 7,000. He's approaching that point. His net worth's huge, but his actual items in his inventory is about the same as Naga's.
Yeah. And so who has the absolute late game
I'd
carry
say-
advantage?
I say Cloud9 because Ember Spirit.
It's Ember Spirit.
Like,
if
if
he
he
can
gets
finally
six-slotted,
catch up.
Yeah.
It'll be a while before that happens.
If he gets like 5 Daedalus, oh my god.
I don't know if I want this game to go on long enough for Ember Spirit to be 6-slotted. I mean, he still has not made any item progression. He's working towards the Daedalus, but he also wants to be able to save for buyback here as well. I mean, Sing is 0-7-4 right now. That is very atypical for Sing Sing.
I haven't seen too many Sing Sing Ember Spirits games, so can't comment on that.
Yeah. Well, just in general. I mean, he's usually a playmaker, not one that's getting shut down left and right. Looks like Rubik could be working on a Scythe of Vice. He does have an ultimate orb. Bone 7.
Scythe of Vice
Close to
is
his
like
as
the
well.
ultimate late game item on supports.
Yep.
Especially on like Tidehunter. If he didn't have the Shivas and he had double sheep, oh my gosh, they would have crushed Team
Yeah.
Fights.
This Shiva's really proved to be kind of a wasted item pickup.
It's generally very good.
Yeah.
Not in this particular game though.
It just hasn't done anything here. He hasn't been able to use it. But Roche has respawned. This is 4th Roche. Another cheese available.
Damn, Roche is dropping fast. Everyone does a lot of damage at this point.
That amplifies damage.
I think Murana might do more damage than Slardar. Actually, well, if they're both hitting the same target, Murana will do more damage. But
Cheese will go to the Marana, and Aegis goes the way of Slardar. Sigma, they want to end this. They're ready to push. Naga is continuing to catch up onto this Morphling. Oh no, Morphling in the front line. The first Ravage. He's
There's
going to
the
fall.
Rapier.
Rapier's on the ground. It's still on the ground. Nobody has any inventory room to pick it up. Sing Sing, does he grab it? I don't know where to go. I lost it.
F5. It is on Naga.
Oh no, this could be GG. C9 are in big trouble. Tide, he's in big trouble as well. He's going to be the first to fall. Now Naga will pick off the next assassin. Naga burns the ultimate. BKB on with the Morphling here.
That's
he
a
did buyback.
really good trade for Sigma. Like,
Oh, yeah.
massively important. Tide has buyback. He didn't use it. He didn't even use the second Ravage for some unknown reason. Morphling dies, loses Rapier, gets it stolen, and buys back.
And then doesn't
And
really
he buys
do-
something else. I don't know what he buys.
Yeah.
But now, what does Naga do with Rapier? She's useless with Rapier.
Useless-ish. She still hits hard, but yeah.
Yeah, but I would much rather it be on... I don't even know who you give it to. Slaughter doesn't have any slots. Potom dies like a fly. Bane's useless with it. So is Tidehunter. I'd rather just leave it in base if you could. But
Yeah.
you maybe like buy a Bloodstone so you can suicide in base.
Yeah. I mean, and she can't even suicide to creeps. I guess she could drop the Radiance and drop all of her items and then die to the Ancients.
Yeah, but then they're probably no. They'll scout it out somewhere.
That's true. Then they'll just grab it back. Yeah.
Your casual Bloodstone.
Your casual Bloodstone, you're right. That's the only way to do it safely. And she has enough gold for it. I mean, 10,000. At this point, you might as well.
This game's
Wow.
crazy.
This is insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I don't think it's worth carrying on her because of the risk of it going back to like if Ember
Yeah.
Spirit got it. Oh my gosh, God forbid.
see, the problem is everyone's
Wait, there's a
six-slot.
fight, there's a fight.
Oh, here we go. They're going to hop in. They'll get Marana to start off this fight. Now Slardar going blow for blow. Another Song of the Siren comes out. They force out the BKB. And Fada will just TP home. Or will he? Oh, God,
That was close. He could have blinked until. Oh wait, he didn't have telekinesis.
Didn't have telekinesis, but wow.
Well, now Tidehunter's up with 1 Ravage, not 2. Slaughter has escaped. Marana has died, but it's just Marana.
Dude, if they had killed that Naga there, this game would have been so crazy.
Uh-oh.
Scotty now up, and there's Tidehunter. He cops in with the Ravage, doing a lot of damage to C9. First to fall could be Owie 2000. A nice Impale coming out as well. Slardar taking
This
heavy
Rapier
damage.
is going to
Moonlight
be
Shadow.
lost. I think Sing Sing might get it. But the Rapier's just sitting there.
Where is it? Oh, who picked it up?
Paz picked it up.
Oh,
What?
no. Now they're going to try and kill Paz. This is a ridiculous fight. Aegis gets popped now as well. Morphling falls once again. Paris, he's in big trouble. They might be able to secure this kill. Now Sing Sing's the one doing damage all of a sudden. Tidehunter will buy back. And
Where's
Fada
the
comes back
Rapier?
in as well.
Oh, it's Naga has it.
Naga has it again?
Yes.
Oh, no. Now Cloud9 are in
What?
big trouble. Morphling stuck without buyback.
What is going on?
Dude, that was chaos.
What the heck? I think that's game. If Morphling's dead without buyback and Rapier's in possession of Sigma.
Yeah, it's over.
Sing Sing had a dust in his inventory. If he picked that up, oh my gosh! Imagine the amount of damage a Rapier Ember Spirit could put
Wow.
out. I think they just go straight for throne. Like screw the
They
rags.
win this, dude. I spent that whole fight just trying to find the Rapier once they hit the
F5's
ground.
your friend, man.
Yeah, that was just that was too chaotic.
They let the Rapiers. The Mirana ulted in and just casually walked up and picked it up. Okay, like how ridiculous is that?
Oh man, this game so ridiculous. It's not too often you see a Rapier change hands this frequently, but that will be the end. I mean, C9 have nothing without the Morphling.
They have Sing Sing.
Well, they have Sing Sing, but he's just
Wow, if he
he's
picked that up, though, completely different story. My goodness. Just giving it to Fada right there.
a close game until the bitter end.
Wow.
And there will be a Ravage coming out from Tide, but Throne is exposed. Sing Sing's dead, and that will be it. GG, well played
That
from
was-
Cloud9. That was one hell of a game.
The last 15 minutes were really exciting.
Yeah, that was
20 to 55 made me want to fall asleep. But
I like this.
Well, they did have an end game, but still, I mean,
Fucking mad. GG. Fuck Dota.
Oh well, it was still a fun game.
Whew. That was just... I'm still trying to digest that entire game, man. That was
crazy.
crazy. So,
There was a lot of mistakes in item choices. Firstly,
yeah, we talked about the Shivas quite a bit.
Naga should have gotten bots or Manta over Heart first.
Naga definitely could have farmed a lot faster.
Yes.
All in all, though, was that Divine Rapier pickup a mistake? That's
think
really what
so.
this comes down to.
He doesn't. He didn't need it.
Should he have just gone Scotty and then taken it normal?
It would have been much safer, but at the same time, they were they weren't on the cusp of losing right then, because their hold was really strong. So he didn't have to go YOLO Rapier mode. He doesn't need it. He's not right clicking that much. He just blows people up with EB, and then you waveform in, and then you right click people.
And you mentioned it in the game. I mean, Morphling is just not an ideal Rapier carry. He's not like a gyrocopter or someone like that.
His images don't get it either.
Yeah.
So, and you have the risk of giving it to the other team, which is huge considering Naga had it for most of the game at the end.
Right.
So I think he should have gone for Scotty and then just save for buyback, rebuy BKB maybe. I also think he should have let Sing Sing farm more. Sing Sing had 2 items at the end. He had Daedalus and Desolator. That's it.
Aside from the drum phase that he got in the early stage.
Granted, Ember is not as good of a split pusher, but at the same time,
Still.
they need to split around the items a little bit more.
Yeah, they needed more damage.
So their end game just wasn't there. It's like, hey, we'll get 6 slotted on Morphling. It's like, oh, and then what? You can't force a fight. So we'll just keep farming, and then we'll get 7 slotted, except he doesn't have 7 slots.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That was the big problem. That and part of the problem. I'm sorry, I'm looking at too many things at once here. The problem also was just the way that the first time the Rapier switched hands, the way that Eternal Envy got picked off. He was basically solo behind the tier 1 tower. He thought he was safe. They dove him, and that wasn't even a team fight. He just died. Rapier dropped. He bought back, and then the team fight started.
Yeah, that was it was similar to what happened in the other game, Cloud9 vs Empire. He just he farmed a lot on Storm, and then he just zipped in and died. That shouldn't happen. When you have that much farm on you, if you make one small mistake, it'll cost you the game.
Yeah.
The damage is amplified by the amount of items that you have. And he farms fantastically, but his late game decision making with that amount of items is just questionable.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to practice that as well. It's not very often a game gets to 63 minutes with a Rapier. So
But he should know that one small mistake can cost him the game. And
yeah, he was just way too far. It's like one of those, he's behind his tier 3 tower in the mid lane, but at that point, who cares about a tier 3 tower? They'll dive the tier 4s to get a Rapier.
Yes, you either send your Morphling illusions out with a Manta. Did he have a Manta at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a so you send a Manta illusion out, or you replicate someone else, or you just sit way far and back and then waveform in with BKB. There's no other option. There's not just sit up there. What is he waiting for? Someone to walk up to him and just say, "Hey guys, let's let's trade high fives."
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's pretty much what happened. So
It was still exciting, though.
Yeah, one hell of a game.
Cloud9 was. I thought they were down and out a long time ago. So.
They gave us a good game. It ended 31-15, but it was pretty intense at the bitter end. It was a nail biter. They definitely had an opportunity to come back. So, wow, that wraps up the EU coverage today. 6 long games. Coming up next will be North America, and we'll have to take a look at the schedule. We will have a short break, and then I think we'll hop into the third game of NA, though that game was so long, our schedule's all sorts of screwy. So we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and update you guys with what's happening here for the continuation of our coverage. Stay tuned, guys. More Starladder action coming your way.